Psalm 78 verse 1.
Psalm 78 verse 1.
Give ear, all my people, to my Lord. Incline your ears,
to
the words of my mouth. Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 4. Hear, O Abantu, hear, all the people of Sunini, Nanini. Hear, O Abantu, hear, all the people of I am, that I am. Exodus chapter 20 verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day. To keep it holy. Eli. Lamak. Sabatani. Eli. Lamak. Sabatani. This is the interpretation. This is for the Sabbath keepers. Thus says Sunini. So be it. Greetings from my brother Yochanan unto the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, of the patience of the kingdom of Yashayah, and also of the hope of the resurrection. My salutations with the hands unto the believers, saying Shalom. Saying Unkolo. Lubenani. Peace be unto you. So be it. Alright. Title of the lesson: Wonders of Sunini's creation. Blood sacrifice mankind on this Sabbath lesson. Now if we beat the Most High, we are going to 1 Corinthians 16:7, James chapter 4 verse 14 through 15, and Acts 18:22. We'll do our due diligence to conclude the lesson. And if not, we'll move it over to the next festival of the Samba. So under the W.O.S.C series, we'll be looking at blood sacrifice mankind. And why is this lesson so? This lesson is so because under this foolish theological Christian doctrine, they teach based on precept of what they saw, that Christ came to, the Most High sent Msindisi, you understand what I'm saying, to sacrifice for us his blood with his blood, as if maybe the Most High is promoting human sacrificing. What kind of foolishness is that? So on this lesson, we want to debunk that error and that misconception. You understand what I'm saying? Using the spirit of discernment to interpret the true tenets of the script. Because you cannot tell me that the Most High sent in Msindisi, whom the world call Christ, you understand what I'm saying, to come and die, to come and be a living sacrifice. Where is that one so? So you are telling me that the Most High is promoting human sacrificing? Is that what you are telling me? Because people don't use their brain. You see where the brain is very, very important. Sometimes the simplest thing are always the hardest thing. So they will say that just believe that Christ died for you. Christ will die for you. Just believe that God sent Christ to die for you, and He shed His blood for us on Calvary. Who told you that? So we want to look at that on this Sabbath lesson. If truly the Most High sent Christ to die for us, we want to see it on this precept. So without further ado, give me the book of Yashayah 22:41 straight to. We don't have time, and let the mighty man begin to sound.
That was the sense of your Yashayah 22 verse 41.
Read.
And it reads, and when Isaac was 37 years old,
yes,
Ishmael his brother was going about with him in the tent. And Ishmael boasted of himself to Issachar, saying, I was 13 years old when Sunini spoke to my father to circumcise us. And I did according to the word of Sunini, which he spoke to my father. And I gave my soul unto Sunini. And I did not transgress his word, which he commanded my father. Verse 3. And Issachar answered Ishmael, saying,
what is it?
Why does thou boast to me about this?
Why do you boast to me about this little thing? Go on.
About a little thing of thy flesh, which you did take from your body.
Okay.
Concerning which Sunini commanded thee.
Okay.
As Sunini liveth, the power of my father Abraham, if Sunini should say unto my father, take now thy son Issachar, and bring him up an offering before me, I will not refrain, but I will joyfully accede to it.
Okay.
And Sunini Somandla,
what verse?
45.
45, okay.
And Sunini Somandla heard the word that Issachar spake unto Ishmael.
Yes.
And it seemed good.
Hold on. And he do what? And it seemed good. Go on.
And it seemed good in the sight of Sunini. And he thought to try Abraham.
And he thought what, all the men?
And he thought to try Abraham.
And he thought what?
And he thought to try Abraham.
So the Most High thought to try Abraham. It's not as if maybe the Most High is accepting that principle. He just thought to try Abraham on that matter. But he's not accepting what Issachar and what's his name? Ishmael we are debating on. So he just thought to try him. Now some people say, but circumcision is the cutting of your flesh. You understand what I'm saying? Well, circumcision is a purification rite. It's for cleansing. It's not a sacrifice. You understand what I'm saying? Circumcision is not a sacrifice. Circumcision is a purification rite. I hope you are following. Now, for instance, like when a woman gives birth, are we following? When she gives birth, do the placenta follows it?
Yes.
Once a woman gives birth, do the placenta tube, does it follow the child?
Yes.
Do you cut it off?
Yes.
So why are you cutting it off? So you can separate the child from the woman. Am I not correct? Yes. And after all, the doctor do surgery, cut what needs to cut out, fold what into folding, and put it back. Is that a sacrifice? Is that a sacrifice? No. So what is that? Is what the doctor is doing is completing a purification rite. That's what the doctor is doing to make the woman whole again. That's to reset the body to the usual state, to make the body look normal. That's what cutting off part of the flesh, because you must understand placenta is part of the flesh. Are we following? That is from the woman's body all the way to the child's body. Are we listening? So circumcision is not a sacrifice. So in case some people want to back their mouth, saying that, okay, what about circumcision? It's not a sacrifice. No, circumcision is not a sacrifice. Circumcision is a purification rite, so that the child will appear normal. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you don't circumcise the male child penis, you understand what I'm saying? The flesh of the skin will cover the penis. Do you understand what I'm saying? The flesh of the skin will cover the penis. The penis will not like a normal penis shows. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it stand or it does not stand, it will show. But if you don't circumcise that penis, once the child begins to grow, you understand what I'm saying? The penis will not be open. The penis will be covered by flesh. You hardly even see the tip of the penis. The excess flesh will cover the penis. So that's the reason why the Most High says, look, to make this person a complete man, you understand what I'm saying, to look normal, circumcise the child, peel off this part of the flesh. It's a surgery. You understand what I'm saying? Just as the Most High cut Adam's body, took out of his bone, sew it up back. It's a completion, it's a purification rite, it's a complete processing. It's not a sacrifice. It's what needs to be done that needs to be done to make that thing complete. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just a surgical process to make that child complete, to come out, to appear normal. Do we get what I'm saying? Exactly. Just for that a child is born, sometimes some parents begin to do a mold the head of the child. You understand what I'm saying? Why is the parent molding the head of the child? Why are they molding it? They are molding the head of the child to shape it because they are completing a principle. They are completing a what? I call it surgical. They are completing a process. It's just a regular process. It's what needs to be done that needs to be done. It's not a sacrifice. So to make a child complete, circumcision is one of the things the Most High is required for us to do to make that child look whole or complete as a man. Remember, circumcision is only for the male, not the female. That precept is in Leviticus 12. It's only for the male, not female. Female are not to circumcise or to mutilate. Yashayah 22:46.
And the day arrived when the sons of God, or when the sons of Sunini came and placed themselves before
45, Sarakia. 45, yeah.
Yashayah 22:45. And Sunini heard the word that Issachar spoke to Ishmael, and it seemed good in the sight of Sunini, and he thought to try Abraham in this matter.
Go on.
And the day arrived when the sons of Sunini came and placed themselves before Sunini said, Somandla.
The sons of Sunini are the angels, the holy angels that come to praise the Most High. Like you read in the book of letter of Paul, letter and vision of Paul. Okay, chapter 7. Go on. Or you read in Job 38:7. Read on. Came and placed themselves before the Sunini, yes. And Satan also came with the sons of Sunini before Sunini, yes. 47.
And Sunini Somandla say unto Lucifer,
What did he say?
Where is thou come?
Where are you coming from?
And Satan answered Sunini and said, From going to and fro in the earth.
So Satan goes to and fro in the O.S. because he goes through portals. He goes through and fro. Angels move through portals. Well, we have taught that lesson under rules of dieting. Read on.
And from walking up and down in it.
Exactly, for walking up and down in it. Meaning he moves from realm to realm. There are so many realms in this kingdom of the earth. This earth is not what you think is what it is. There are so many kingdoms in this world that your eye that is not open to the eye to see. Just for instance, if you watch the movie Wakanda, you understand what I'm saying? Wakanda Forever. If you watch Wakanda Forever, you will see that in the movie Wakanda, the ship of the Wakanda star actors, it goes through portals. It goes through within certain realm in this earth here. In this earth, and teleport himself unknown. The place is open, oh. You will see the place open, but they will enter through that air and come out into another region within the same realm, but that place is closed. It's closed within the eye. So you understand what I'm saying? So there are so many realms. There are so many realms. You understand what I'm saying? Under the earth, in this earth itself, here. You understand what I'm saying? Then above in the heavens. That's why it says from walking up and down in it, walking up and down in it. Walking up and down, so it's going back to Ephesians 6 verse 12. You understand? It's going back to Ephesians 6 verse 12 and Ephesians 2 1 to 2. Satan is the prince and the power of the air. You understand? I'm saying I will wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. So we are wrestling with the rulers of darkness of this world and those in high places. These are not men; these are angels. In that context of precept, read.
Yashayah 22:46. And the day arrived when the children of Sunini came and placed themselves before Sunini, and Satan also came with the children of Sunini before Sunini Somandla. And Sunini said unto Lucifer, Where comest thou? And Satan answered Sunini and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Sunini said unto Lucifer, What is thy word to me concerning all the children of the earth? And Satan answered Sunini and said,
What do you say?
I have seen all the children of the earth who serve thee and remember thee when they require anything from thee. 49. And when thou givest them the thing which they require from thee, they sit at their ease and forsake thee, and they remember thee no more. 50. As thou seen Abraham, the son of Terah, whom at first had no children, and he served thee and erected altars to thee wherever he came, and he brought up offerings upon them, and he proclaimed thy name continually to all the children of the earth. 51.
Yes.
And now that his son Issachar is born to him, he has forsaken thee. He has made a great feast for all the inhabitants of the land. And Sunini Somandla, as he has forgotten. For 52. For amidst all that he has done, he brought thee no offering.
He brought thee no offering, yes.
Neither burnt offering.
Neither burnt offering, yes.
Nor peace offering. Neither ox.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Nor goat. Of all that he killed on the day that his son was weaned.
Yes, 43.
Even from the time of his son's birth till now, being 37 years, he built no altar before thee, nor brought any offering to thee.
Yes.
For he saw that thou didst give what he requested before thee, and he therefore forsook thee. 54. And Sunini said unto Satan, as thou dost consider my servant Abraham.
Have you considered my servant Abraham? Yes, Abraham.
For there is none like him upon earth, a perfect and an upright man before me, one that feared Sunini and avoided evil.
Yes.
As I live, were I to say unto him, Bring up Issachar thy son before me.
Yes.
He will not withhold him from me.
So the Most High say told Lucifer, as I live, if I tell Abraham, bring up Issachar unto me for a sacrifice, he will not withhold him from me. Yes.
Much more if I told him to bring up a burnt offering before me,
yes, from
his flock or earth.
Yes.
And Satan answered Sunini.
What did he say?
And speak then now unto Abraham.
Yes.
As thou hast said, and thou will see whether he will not this day transgress and cast aside their word.
Whether he will not this day transgress and cast their word. Next chapter, verse 1. Let's go. Read 1 to 2, 49 to 52. Alright. And 65 to 75.
Joshua 23, verse 1. At that time, the word of Sunini came to Abraham. And he said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. Verse 2. And he said to him, take now thy son, thy only son whom thou lovest, even Isaac, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains, which shall be shown to
So
thee.
the reason why I'm going through all this process, I want to see if the Most High actually supports human sacrificing. That's why we are going here. So we are starting from the ancient, going downward. All right, go on.
And offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains,
Yes.
which shall be shown to thee. For there wilt thou see a cloud and the glory of Sunini.
49 to 52. 49. Let's go.
And Abraham took wood for a burnt offering and placed it upon his son Issachar. And he took the fire and the knife, and they both went to that place. 50. And when they were going along Issachar, Issachar said to his father, behold, I see here the fire and wood, and when there is the lamb that is to be burnt offering before Sunini. 51. And Abraham answered his son Issachar, saying,
Yes.
Sunini and Nisomala has made choice of thee, my son, to be a perfect burnt offering instead of the lamb. 51. Joshua 23:51.
Read again.
And Abraham answered his son Issachar, saying, Sunini and Nisomala has made choice of thee, my son, to be a perfect burnt offering.
Okay, to be a perfect burnt offering, okay?
Instead of the lamb.
Instead of the lamb. Go on.
52. And Issachar said unto his father, I will do all that Sunini spoke to thee with joy and cheerfulness of heart. 53.
No, 65. Go on.
65.
Yeah.
And Abraham bound his son
Abraham bound his son, yes.
Issachar, and placed him on the altar upon the wood.
Yes.
And Issachar stretched forth his neck.
So Isaac stretched forth his neck. Issachar, that's Isaac. Go on.
Stretched forth his neck upon the altar before his father.
Go on.
And Abraham stretched forth his hand,
yes,
to take the knife to slay his son as a burnt offering before Sunini.
Before Sunini.
66. At that time, the angels of mercy came before Sunini and Nini's mother and spoke to him concerning Issachar, saying,
Okay.
O Sunini, thou art a merciful and compassionate king, over all that thou hast created in heaven and in earth, and thou supportest them all. Give therefore ransom and redemption,
Yes.
instead of thy servant Issachar, and pity and have compassion upon Abraham and Issachar his son, who are this day performing thy commands.
Yes.
68. As thou seen, O Sunini, how Issachar the son of Abraham, thy servant, is bound down to the slaughter like an animal. Now therefore let thy pity be roused for them, O Sunini. 69. At that time, Sunini and Nini mother appeared unto Abraham.
So when we say Sunini na Nini, we are referring to I am in Exodus 3 verse 13 to 14. Okay, what the Hebrew also call Yashayah in the ancient tongue. So Sunini na Nini is the Isikosa or Bantu manner of saying it. As the Igbos will say Chineke. The South African will say Sunini na Nini. You understand what I'm saying? Because that was the primitive language Msindisi spoke, or Yashayah spoke, or the Savior spoke when he was laid in Genesis, in Matthew 27, where it says Eli Eli lama sabachthani. You understand what I'm saying? Which means this is for the Sabbath keepers. That is an Isikosa language. Okay, Isikosa is one of the tribes spoken by the South Africans. Okay, South Africans has three major ethnicity tribal languages. You have the Zulu. For the ones I know two. So you have the Zulu, you have the Isikosa, and then you have the other one, which I can't.
Africans.
You have the other one that they speak. You understand what I'm saying? But Isikosa is one of the major tribal languages spoken by the South African, which was what Msindisi or Yashayah or Christ spoke when he was in pain. Okay, before he gave up the spirit. Okay, he said Eli Eli lama sabachthani, which just simply means this is for the Sabbath keepers. It does not mean my God, why has that forsaken me? That's a lie. Okay, Eli Eli lama sabachthani is an Isikosa language spoken by the people to this day in south of Africa. Is that understood? All right, go on. So when you are hearing Msindisi, that is Yashayah or Christ. When you are hearing Sunini na Nini, that is the Most High himself. I am that I am, or Yashayah. Read. Or Chineke by the Hebrews. Olodumare by the Yorubas, so on and so forth. Go on.
Joshua 23 verse 68. As thou saying, O Sunini,
Yes.
how Issachar, the son of Abraham, the servant is bound down to the slaughter like an animal. Now therefore let their pity be roused for them, O Sunini. 69. At that time Sunini appeared unto Abraham, and called to him from heaven,
Yes.
and said unto him, lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do anything unto him.
Yes.
For now I know that you fearest Sunini.
So the Most High say, lay not your hand upon the lad, for now I see. You see that? Neither do anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest the Sunini in performing this act. You see that? So he's not trying to promote human sacrificing. The Most High just trying to try Abraham in that matter. All right, read on.
And in not withholding their son,
Yes.
their only son from me. 70. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and
Now,
saw.
now, if you pay attention very carefully, he said your only son. He said your only son, you have not withheld from me. Now if Msindisi is the only son from the Most High, you understand what I'm saying? And the Most High shows as an act of example that Abraham must not sacrifice his only son. No be so. Because you must understand that Abraham is the only son of Isaac is the only son of Abraham. Christ is the only son of the Most High. The Most High did not allow Abraham to sacrifice his only son. Now I know that you feareth me, and you did not withhold your only son from me. The Most High, the only son is Christ. So you are trying to tell me that the Most High will send Msindisi to come and die for us, but yet during the time of Abraham, he will tell Abraham that don't even dare try that thing you are trying to do, to sacrifice your only son for me. I'm only just trying you. Are we following? All right. Read.
Yashayah 23 verse 17. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the ram was caught in a thicket by his horns. That was the ram which Sunini and Somandla had created in the earth in the day that he made earth and heaven. For Sunini and Nini had prepared this ram from that day.
For Sunini and Nini had prepared, what verse is that?
71.
For Sunini and Nini had prepared this ram from that day to be a burnt offering instead of Isaac. So the Most High was not even daring or even trying to sacrifice Isaac. There is a ram, that ram that was caught by the ticket on the horn. That when he said it was caught by the ticket, Satan was trying to prevent that ram from advancing towards Abraham. From Abraham going to that ram. From the ram going towards Abraham, from Abraham to use as a sacrifice. So the Most High had already prepared the ram, even during the time of creation. Is that what it says there? He said, for Sunini had prepared this ram from that day. Verse 70 says, he said that was the ram which Sunini had created in the earth in the day that he made earth and heaven. So in the day that the Most High made the heaven and the earth, the Most High has already prepared this ram unto the day of Isaac and unto the day of Abraham. So already, primitively, the Most High has already know what will happen. So the Most High doesn't even have it in his consciousness of promoting human sacrificing. But because of the debate between the Most High is trying to prove our obedience. You understand? So the Most High is trying to prove our obedience and to shame Lucifer and his cohorts that look, if I tell my true servants, do this thing, they will do it without hesitating. They will not argue. So the Most High has already prepared that ram that came to Abraham. The Most High has already prepared that special ram already, from the beginning already. Even before Abraham was born, even before Enoch was born, or in the flesh. You understand what I'm saying? Even before Noah was born in the flesh, that ram has already been prepared beforehand. So the scene or the scenario between Ishmael and Isaac, the Most High just trying to. That's why in Joshua 22 in the previous verse, he said, and I will try Abraham in this matter. I believe it's 45. That's why the next chapter 23, is letting you know that the Most High has already planned all this out already. The Most High already know what will be. So I'm showing us in this lesson under the wonders of Sunini's creation, okay, blood sacrifice mankind, that the Most High does not promote sacrifice of man. That's mankind, meaning the kind of man. So the Most High does not promote human sacrificing. Read.
Joshua 23 verse 71. And Sunini had prepared this ram from that day.
Not and for.
For Sunini had prepared this ram from that day to be a burnt offering instead of Issachar.
Go on.
72. And this ram was advancing advancing to Abraham.
And this ram was advancing towards Abraham when Lucifer, Satan, caught hold of him. Joshua 23:72. Caught hold of him by what? Go on.
And entangle his horns in the ticket.
And entangle his horns in the ticket. So Lucifer caught hold of, he prevented the ram from going towards Abraham. That's exactly what happened. But when you read the account of Genesis 22, it does not tell you that way. But Joshua give us more insight to what transpired. Read.
That he might not advance to Abraham.
That the ram might not advance towards Abraham. Satan actually wanted that human sacrifice to take place. Do you see that? So Satan actually wanted to promote that human sacrificing. Do you see that? So he will now make it the fullness of doctrine here on the earth. So where does this concept of human sacrificing come from? You must understand that the fallen angels were already doing human sacrificing before the flood of Adam. That was the same transgression that they were doing pre-flood. That was the flood you see in Genesis 1 verse 2. That's one of the reasons why the Most High flushed out that generation, okay, and decided to resurrect Adam. And left few or one or two people and resurrect Adam and make Adam a new creature in his own time. Because they were great transgression by the fallen angels. The same method the fallen angels used before Adam is the same method the fallen angels used after Adam that caused the Most High to destroy the habitat during Noah's flood. And it's the same transgression that is still going on to this day that will make the Most High yet one more time to send Msindisi or Yashayah, okay, one more time yet again for the final judgment. I hope you're following. So human sacrificing is one of the major concepts that the Most High hates, that is still being taught to this day under Christendom. Is that understood? Joshua 23 verse 72. He said, and this ram was advancing towards Abraham when Satan caught hold of him and entangled his horns in the ticket, that he might not advance to Abraham, in order that Abraham might slay his son. Read on. 73.
And Abraham, seeing the ram advancing to him and Satan,
yes,
withhold him, fetched him and brought him before the altar.
Yes.
And he loosed
his son Isaac from his binding. Yes.
And he put the ram in his stead.
So Abraham replaced the ram instead of Isaac. Yes. So he loosed Isaac as the burnt sacrifice and put the ram instead, which is the proper manner of sacrificing. Yes.
And Abraham killed the ram.
Yes.
Upon the altar.
Yes.
And brought it up as an offering in the place of his son Isaac. Verse 74. And
Abraham sprinkled some of the blood of what?
Of the ram.
No, of his son.
Of the ram.
Of his son.
Of the ram.
Of the what?
Of the ram.
So of the ram, not of his son. Read on.
Upon the altar.
Upon the altar, yes.
And he exclaimed.
And he exclaimed and said. What did he say?
This is the place.
This is in place of my son, not son to be in place of a ram or a lamb. So Abraham exclaimed and said, this is in place of what?
Of my
this
son.
is so I will use a ram in place of my son, not to use son like Christ, the Son of the Most High, in place of a ram as a burnt sacrificing. Because now what they are teaching us is that Msindisi or Yashayah is the burnt offering, is the sacrificial lamb. That Christ replaced the lamb or replaced the ram. But yet in this precept, Abraham is proclaiming it, and the Most High don't change. That this ram is in place of my son, not the son to be in place of the ram. I hope you are following. Go on.
And may this be considered this day.
And may this be considered this day
as the blood of my son.
As the what?
As the blood of my son.
So let the blood of the ram replace the blood of my son, not the son to replace the ram. May this day be what? Read again.
May this day,
yes, be considered
as the blood.
So Abraham is prophesying. Yes. May this day, may this be considered, may this be considered this day as the blood of my son before the Lord. So let the blood of the ram be considered as the blood of my son. That's what he's saying there. Let the blood of the ram be considered as the blood of my son, not the blood of the son to be considered as the blood of the ram. In the reverse, read.
Verse 75. And all that Abraham did on this occasion,
yes,
by the altar, he would exclaim and say, This is in the room
This is in the room of what?
of my son.
This is in the room of my son. So the ram should be the one in place of a normal sacrificing where acceptable before Sunini, Nanini, Ahaya, Chineke the highest. Eletumare. Are we following? Read.
And may this day
And may this day
be considered
before
Sunini,
yes,
in the place of my son.
in the place of my son, not the son in place of the ram or the lamb. As I calling Christ the sacrificial lamb. That's not true. Christ is not a sacrificial lamb. There's a reason why they inject those precepts there. Because the Romans are trying to promote human sacrifices. Because they do so. And in this lesson, I will show you that. They are the one that inject and twist the precepts. And going into some record in the Old Testament and some record in the New Testament and begin to inject Christ as the sacrificial lamb. Read.
And Abraham
Yes.
finished of the service by the altar. And the service was accepted before Sunini.
And the what?
And the service was accepted before Sunini.
And the service was accepted before Sunini. So the thing that Abraham do and spake was accepted before the Most High power. That the ram should be in place of his son, not the son to be in place of the ram. Read.
And was accounted as if it had been Isaac.
Yes.
And Sunini blessed Abraham and his seed on that day.
All right. Jubilee 17, 15 to 18.
King James Version, the book of Apocrypha, Jubilee 17, verse 15. And it came to pass in the 7th week, in the 1st year thereof, in the 1st month in this Jubilee, on the 12th of this month,
Yes.
there were voices in heaven regarding Abraham, that he was faithful in all that he told him, and that he loved Sunini and Nini Somandle,
Yes.
and that in every affliction he was faithful. And the prince Mastema came and said before Sunini and Nini Somandla, behold, Abraham loves Issachar.
So Abraham was faithful, was a faithful servant. Take note.
Abraham loved Issachar his son, and he delights in him above all things else. Bid him offer him as a burnt offering on the altar. And that we see if he will do this command.
So let's see if he will do this command. So Lucifer came and addressed the Most High concerning Abraham. So do you think that Abraham is a faithful servant? Let's try him. So I'm giving us more account in the book of Jubilees written by Moses. Okay, in comparison to the book of Yashayah written by the senior men of the house of Yashayah. Okay, doing the precept comparison to see that it's the same thing. Okay, read on.
And that we know if he is faithful in everything wherein thou do try him.
So if Abraham is faithful in all that you do try him, read. So the whole key word, the underlining word is trying. I hope you are following. All right.
And Sunini and Nini Somandla knew that Abraham was faithful in all his afflictions.
Sunini Nanini knew that Abraham was faithful in every single thing, even unto affliction. He knew he was faithful. He knew he won't transgress. He knew he would obey him. Even though he doesn't want Abraham to sacrifice his son, but he knew that the whole goal was to test Abraham's belief or his faith or his zeal towards the Most High. What verse?
17, Jubilee 17.
Read again.
And Sunini and Nini knew that Abraham was faithful in all his afflictions.
Yes.
For he had tried him through his country and with famine.
Yes. For he had tried him in his own country with famine or dirt. Read on.
And I tried him with the wealth of kings.
Yes.
And I tried him again through his wife.
So all what the Most High is doing is just trying Abraham. And I've tried him with the wealth of kings, and I've tried him during time of famine, and I've tried him with what? All kinds of things. With the wealth of kings. Read on.
And when she was torn from him, and with circumcision.
He has tried Abraham with circumcision. Read on.
And I tried him through Ishmael and Agar.
You see that? Go on. And I've tried him through Ishmael and Agar. When it comes to seed bearing, read on.
His maid servant. When he sent them away.
What verse is that?
This 17. 18. And in everything wherein he had tried him, he was found faithful.
Yes.
And his soul was not impatient.
Yes.
And he was not slow to act. For he was faithful and a lover of Sunini and Nini Somandla.
And a lover of Sunini and Nini Samandla. Jubilees 18th chapter 8 to 12.
And he built an altar, and he placed the wood on the altar.
Yes.
And bound Issachar his son, and placed him on the wood.
Yes.
Which was upon the altar.
I want to give us more information that the Most High was just trying Abraham. He's not promoting human sacrificing. Read on.
And stretched forth his hand.
Yes.
To take the knife to slay Issachar his son.
Yes.
And I stood before him, and before the prince Mastema.
Yes.
And Sunini said, bid him not to lay his hand on the lad.
Yes, and I stood before him, one of the most high ministering spirit or the angels. Yes. Bid him what?
Bid him not to lay his hand on the lad.
Yes, bid him not to lay his hand on the lad. Yes.
Not to do anything to him. For I have shown that he fears Sunini.
For I have shown that he fears Sunini Nanini Chineke the highest. Eletumare. So I have shown that Abraham, my servant, fear me. So he's not trying to promote, the Most High is not trying to allow man sacrificing or the sacrificing of human. He's just trying Abraham's belief towards him and shaming Lucifer the devil. So where do all these concepts that are saying that Christ is the burnt offering, and that the Most High is saying Christ to die for us as a lamb? Christ is not a lamb. He's a man. Read.
And he built an altar and placed the wood on the altar and bound Issachar his son and placed him on the wood.
Chapter and verse.
Jubilees 18 verse 8. And he built an altar and he placed the wood on the altar and bound Issachar his son and placed him on the wood which was upon the altar and stretched forth his hand to take the knife and to slay Issachar his son. Verse 9. And I stood before him and before the prince Mastema.
Yes.
And Sunini said, bid him not to lay his hand on the lad,
Yes.
not to do anything to him. For I have shown that he fears Sunini.
Yes.
Verse 10. And I called to him from heaven and said unto him,
What did he say?
Abraham, Abraham. And he was terrified and said, behold, here I am.
Yes.
Verse 11. And I said unto him, lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do anything to him.
Yeah, you stop in verse 12. Read on.
For now I have shown that thou fearest Sunini,
I have shown that you fear me. Yes.
and hast not withheld thy son,
Yes.
thy firstborn son.
Read it again.
For now I have shown that thou fearest Sunini,
For now I have shown that you fear Sunini. Yes.
and hast not withheld thy son,
And has not do what?
and hast not withheld thy son, thy firstborn,
Thy what?
thy firstborn,
Thy what?
thy firstborn,
All the men thy what?
thy firstborn son,
Thy what?
thy firstborn,
Who is Msindisi? Who is Christ?
the firstborn.
The firstborn. So the Most High is saying that I have seen that you've not withheld your firstborn son from me. But is the Most High allowing the firstborn son to be sacrificed? No. He's just trying Abraham. And Malachi 3:6 said the Most High don't change. So do you not expect the Most High to not change in the New Testament or in some part in the Old Testament and say, I sent my son to sacrifice my firstborn? The Most High is not unrighteous in judgment.
Because people sin in the world, so
He will not send a man to come and die for us. When the men that were living, he didn't allow them to do so. Then his own son or his own messenger, he will not send to do that. No. The Most High don't change. The Most High does not promote human sacrificing. But there are people that do so. So what we are doing in this lesson is to expose them. I hope you are following. All right. What verse are we?
just read 11.
Verse 12. Let's go. You stop there.
And the prince Mastema was put to shame.
And the Prince Mastema was put to shame because Prince Mastema is the leader of the fourth beast, the Roman Empire, who is promoting this foolish doctrine that Christ is a lamb that was sacrificed for us. Read.
And Abraham lifted up his eye and looked.
Yes.
And behold, a ram caught by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered it for a burnt offering in the stead of his son.
Instead of what?
In the stead of his son.
Instead of what?
In the stead of his son.
So Abraham offered the burnt offering in the stead of his son, not the son or the child, to be offered instead of the ram. I hope you're following. So people should apply their mind to understanding, like Proverbs 23 verse 12 says. Genesis 9:5-6. Let's go a bit upward during the time of Noah. Alright, let's go a bit upward because Noah is before Abraham, right? Noah is Abraham's predecessor. I hope you're following. So let's go upward. Alright, let's read.
Genesis
9:5-6.
And surely your blood of your lives will I require.
And surely what?
Surely your blood of your lives will I require.
Yes.
At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother will
Start from verse 4, let's get context.
But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof.
But flesh what?
With the life thereof.
But flesh what?
With the life thereof.
But flesh what?
With the life thereof.
Which is what?
Which is the blood thereof.
So what is the life? What is the life?
The life is
the blood. Go on.
Shall you not eat?
Shall you not what?
Shall you not eat?
So you must not eat flesh with blood mingled together. Read on.
Verse 5. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it.
Yes.
And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother, will I require the life of man. Verse 6. Whoso shedded man's blood,
Yes.
by man shall his blood be shed.
Yes.
For in the image of Sunini made he man.
So if the Most High promotes human sacrificing and Christ is the living sacrifice, why is the Most High telling Noah here that whoso shed man's blood, by man shall his own blood be shedded? For in the image of God made he man. Is Christ not made in the Most High's image? Is it not the express image of the Most High in the book of Hebrews chapter 1 verse 1 to 3? So if Msindisi is the express image and Philippians 2 verse 5 to 7, Msindisi or Christ was sent as a servant made in the flesh to come as a man here on the earth. So are you telling me that the Most High will go against his word in Genesis chapter 9 verse 6 to allow Msindisi's blood to be shed for another man as a sacrifice when he's not worthy of death? Because in this precept here, the Most High said the blood will go for blood. If you shed a man's blood, your own blood will be shedded. And that's because you sin and you transgress. Christ did not sin. Who did not sin? So you are telling me that Christ who did not sin, the Most High will send him, like Philippians 2, 5 to 7 says, to come out to be as a living sacrifice for people who sin. When he never sinned. I hope you are following. So people should use their their brain to reason. That's why the Most High said, come now, let us reason together. If you be willing. That's Isaiah 1 verse 18 to 19. Alright. Malachi 3 verse. Let's read Malachi 3:6. Let's go. So let's see the Most High change. Read.
Okay, the book of Malachi 3:6. For I am Sunin and Samandla. I changed not.
No, I change.
I changed not.
No, I change.
I changed not.
I change.
I changed not.
I change.
I changed not.
Read.
Therefore you Banner and Kobe are not consumed.
So therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Ye sons of Akobi, ye Banner Akobi, ye sons of the bondwoman are not consumed, because I change not. But if you change, because I change not, if you change, you will be consumed. And that's the reason why we are consumed to this day. Hope you are following. Leviticus 18, 1-5. Let's go. Next precept.
And Sunini spake unto Moses, speak unto the children of Akobi, and say unto them,
Read.
I am Sunini and Samandla.
Yes.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, after the doing or the behavior or the custom or the tradition of the land of Egypt, where you were before in captivity for 210 years, before I brought you out from oppression of the Egyptians. Because in Exodus 2:22 to 25, I saw your affliction and I had respect over you. So now after their doings, you must not do so. Read on.
And after the doings of the land of Canaan, where there I bring you,
Yes.
shall you not do?
Yes.
Neither shall you walk in their ordinances.
Yes. You must not do what?
Walk in their
You must
ordinances.
not do what?
Walk in their ordinances.
You must not do what?
Walk in their ordinances.
Let's be active.
You shall do my judgment.
You shall do what?
You shall do my judgment.
So you shall execute my judgment. Read on.
And keep my ordinances.
Yes.
To walk therein. For I am Sunini and Samandla.
Go on.
Verse 5, you shall therefore keep my statutes
Yes.
and my judgment, which if a man do, he shall live in them.
He shall do what?
He shall live in them.
He shall do what?
He shall live in them.
21. Let's read.
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Moloch.
And thou shalt water the men.
And thou shalt not let any of the seed to pass through the fire to Moloch.
And thou shalt not water the men.
Thou shalt not let any of thy seed to pass through the fire.
Read it one by one, all the men.
And thou shalt not let any of the seed pass through the fire to Moloch.
No, you must let any of your seed pass through the fire of Moloch.
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Moloch.
Wonders of Sunini's creation. Blood sacrifice, mankind. So in this lesson, you are trying to tell me that the Most High will allow Msindisi, his only son, to pass through the fire or to be a sacrifice. When the Most High is telling us here that you must not let any of your children pass through the fire to Moloch. What the Most High is saying here, it must not be hard that any of the children of Akobi, is used as a sacrifice. That's what the Most High is saying in general. Whether it is fire or not, none of your seed must be used as a sacrifice. None of mankind. Are we following? None of mankind must be used as sacrifice. It is not acceptable before me. That's what Sunini is preaching here. Isaiah 48 verse 17 to 18 says, for it is Sunini na Nini Samandla, for it is Chineke the highest, for it is Eledumare, for it is Ahaya, Ahaya, that teach us to profit. What's the profit? To keep his commandments. Isaiah 48, 17 to 18. So if it's the Most High that teach us, not me teaching me, because the Most High is in us, not be so. Because the Most High Spirit dwelleth in us. Not be so. Is that what the priest says in Deuteronomy 30, verse 19 to 20? So I normal we say, where is the law? It's in the sea. Who will go to the sea to fetch it out from us? It's in one place in the land. It's in the heaven. Who will go to heaven and bring the law and fetch it from us? But the Most High said that the law is within you. So if the law is within you, you're supposed to know the law inside of you, because the Most High dwelleth in you. And if the Most High dwelleth in you, can you with your own consciousness in your right mind take your own son and use it for a sacrifice?
No.
You in your right mind, can you take your only son that you are? Let's assume you have just one son. Can you take your own son and use him as a sacrifice because of somebody that has sinned? Do you think that the Most High is stupid? And you think that it is the Most High that wrote that nonsense? Or is it Mastema, the prince of the power of this world, doing the translation that begin to inject those things? Because they, the fallen angels, promote human sacrificing because they eat flesh. Their children were cannibals in Nephilim. They drink blood. Verse 21, let's go. Leviticus 18:21.
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Moloch.
Yes.
Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power.
Verse 24.
Define not ye yourself in any of these things.
Yes.
For in all these the nations are defied, which I cast out before you.
Yes. So, define not yourself in any of these things, for in all these things, the nations are defied. So the nations, who are the nations? The Gentile nations, which I cast out before thee. Who are the nations that the Most High cast out before us? Okay, they are in Deuteronomy 7 verse 1 to 3. The Hittite, the Girgashite, the Perizzite, the Jebusite, okay, the Canaanite. Okay, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And if you go upward in the precept, the Most High say, after the manner of the Egyptians where you came out from, you must not do so. You must not do after their custom. So therefore, all the nations that are cast out before from the Egyptians all the way to the world, to the Canaanites, you understand saying you must not do after their tradition, because the Egyptians, ancient Kemet, okay, or Mizrahim, and the Canaanites, they obey the laws of the fallen angels, and they accept human sacrificing. Moloch is another term used to represent Satan or Satan. Satan is a fallen angel. I hope you are following. Because it's only angels that promote human sacrificing. The Most High can never accept his son to be used as a burnt offering or as a sacrifice for blood to be shedded. That's why he said in Genesis 9 verse 5 to 6, whoso sheddeth man's blood, even his own blood shall be shedded. Because it's a wicked thing in the eyes of the Most High for a man to shed the man's blood unworthily. Without committing, the man does not commit sin, and you go and shed his blood, your own blood will be shedded. Christ did not commit sin. The Most High can never send Christ. He sent him, but he never sent him to die for nobody. Okay? He sent Christ to bring us back to the law, back to him. That's what the Most High sent Msindisi for, or Christ Yashayah for. Not to die for anybody. All those precepts were injected. Read.
Leviticus 18:21. Defile not ye yourself in any of these things. For in all these the nations are defied, which I cast out before you.
Yes.
25. And the land is defied. Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself vomited out her inhabitants.
Yes.
26. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my commandments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you.
Okay.
27. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled.
Okay, read 29 to 30.
For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations,
For whoso shall commit any of these abominations, like to pass through the fire of Moloch, to sacrifice your son, to use your son as a sacrifice, whoso do, so it is an abomination before Sunini for any man to use any of his seed or children or child, whether a young one or an adult, wherein there is a soul in the body, as a sacrifice. Is an abomination in the eyes of the Most High. So you are not telling us, the believers, okay, that the Most High will send Msindisi. So you are telling me that the Most High has set an abomination, or is going against his own word. That's why he say, for whoso, in verse 29 of Leviticus 18, whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, in plural, and one of those abominations is to allow your child to be used as a sacrifice to fallen angels, which is more like in this context. Whom is the chief pantheon? Lucifer himself. Bapior, in Judges 2 verse 13 to 14, the chief deity of the Canaanites, Astoret and Baal, or Isis and Baal. Read.
even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among them.
Even the souls that do this thing shall be cut off. So whoso take his child and go and sacrifice, even that soul shall be cut off. Because the Most High was showing Abraham, he never sent Christ to die for nobody. Christ is a messenger, he's a prophet, he's a priest. He didn't send Christ to die for nobody. He's to preach the word, bring us back to the law. That's why Psalm 78 verse 1 says, give ear, all my people, to my laws. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. Not be so. I will open my mouth in parables. That's what he says there. David was not speaking about himself. David was speaking about Christ. Because David is a prophet. That's what Kepha said in Acts 2 verse 29 to 32. That David being a prophet spoke of these things. So in Psalm 78 verse 1 to 2, David was not speaking about himself. He was speaking about Msindisi, Christ, Yashayah. That's why Peter or Kepha at the feast of first fruits, which they call Pentecost, or 50, which is 50 days after the Passover. Okay, go to the feast of first fruit. You understand what I'm saying? Kepha address it and call back what David said in Psalm 78 verse 2. Because the Most High sent Christ to bring us back to the law. That's why David says, give ear all my people to my laws. That's not David speaking. David is speaking in the place of Christ. It's in this. Read.
Leviticus 18 verse 30. Therefore shall you keep my ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs.
That you do what? Therefore shall you keep my ordinance, that you do what?
That ye commit not any one of these abominable customs, which were committed before you.
So all these are abominable customs. So when Christians are promoting a custom that Christ died for us, that's an abominable custom. That's an abominable teaching. That's an abominable tradition. I hope you are following. All those listening throughout the four winds of the earth. Alright? Read.
Which were committed before you.
So all these that were committed before you, because the fallen angels began to teach men all these customs, they are not the Most High. That's why it says which were done before you. Before Israel became a nation, it was done already. The fallen angels were already teaching the sons of men. Okay, human sacrificing. That's why he mentioned Moloch. Moloch is an epithet to represent Lucifer himself. That represents Lucifer. Read. Finish up.
Which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourself therein. I am Sunini and Nini Somandla.
All right. 2 Kings 16, 1 to 3, 23 to 10. So let's show that it's not only the Egyptians and the Canaanites that does this human sacrificing or that promotes human sacrificing. Let's show that this is common also among all the Gentile nations. All right. All right, let's read.
2 Kings 16.
Verse 1.
Verse 1.
Go on.
In the 17th year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, Ahaz, the son of Jotham, king of Judah, began to reign. 20 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and did not that which was right in the sight of Sunin and Nini Somandla, like David his father. But he walked in the way of the kings of Israel. Yeah. And
Listen very carefully to verse 3. 2 Kings 16:3. But what?
he walked in the way of the kings of Israel.
Okay, he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, yes.
Yeah, and made his son to pass through the fire.
And made what?
His son to pass through the fire.
So he made his son to pass through the fire. Where did he learn all this thing from? Continue reading.
According to the abominations of the Eden.
According to what all the men?
According to the abominations of the Eden.
According to what all the men?
According to the abominations of the Eden.
According to the abominations of the hidden in general. Read on.
Which Sunini and Nini cast out from before the children of Israel.
Alright. 2 Kings 23. So that's want to show us that our people begin to learn and to transgress the Most High commandment that he gave to Moses in Leviticus 18. Okay, to the Levi, because Leviticus from the word Levi. So the Levitical priesthood was given the instruction to teach the children of Israel. Just as Leviticus 10 verse 8 to 10 says that the Levites, the priests, sons of Aaron, who was given the office to teach in Exodus 29 verse 9, that they must see the children of Israel discernment from right from wrong, holy from unholy, clean from unclean. So he gave them that in their own law in Leviticus 18, that they must teach the children of Israel that they must not allow any of their seed to pass through the fire of Moloch. For the Gentile nations were already doing this that were before you. For this is an abomination in my sight. I do not promote or support human sacrificing, wonders of Sunini's creation, blood sacrifice, mankind on this Sabbath lesson. Alright? 2 Kings 23 verse 8. Let's go there next.
King James version of the second Kings chapter 23 verse 8.
Alright, read.
And he brought all the priests out of the cities of Judah.
Alright.
And divided the high places where the priests had burned incense, from Geba to Beersheba, and break down the high places of the gates that were in the entry in of the gate of Joshua the governor of the city.
Hold on. Let me guess who this king was of Israel doing this thing. Josiah is the king. Go on. Josiah. So this Josiah the king, his ways was upright before the Most High. So Josiah was wroth when he saw the children of Israel. Okay, the priests, sons of Aaron, but not of sons of Zadok, but the sons of Aaron transgressing the command of the Most High and begin to obey fallen angels and promoting human sacrificing, which the Most High is against. So let's read verse 8, right? Let's read.
2 Kings chapter 3 verse 8.
So this is Josiah, read.
And he brought all the priests.
So and he is Josiah, king of Judah. So among the chronicles of the kings of Judah, Josiah was among the upright king. Read.
And he brought all the priests out of the cities of Judah.
Yes.
And divided the high places.
And divide the high places
where the priests had burned incense.
Yes, where the priests had burnt incense. So Josiah divided it, he spoiled it, he destroyed all their wickedness that they were doing, which caused them to left from the Gentile nations. Read.
From Geba to Beersheba.
Yes.
And break down the high places.
And break down the high places, yes.
Of the gates that were in the entry in of the gates.
Of
Joshua the governor of the city.
Yes.
Which were on the man's left hand.
Yes.
At the gate of the city. 9. Nevertheless, the priests of the high places came not up to the altar of Sunini and Nini in Jerusalem. Jerusalem, but they did eat of the unleavened bread among their brethren.
Yes.
10. And he divided Tophet.
So Josiah destroyed Tophet. He destroyed whatever thing they built there. Yes.
Which is in the valley of the children of Enom.
Yes.
That no man might make his son or
that
his
no man
daughter,
might do what?
That no man might make his son.
Yes.
Or his daughter.
Or his what? Or the men.
Or his daughter.
Yes.
To pass through the fire to Moloch.
To pass through the what?
To pass through the fire.
To pass through the what?
To pass through the fire to Moloch.
So Josiah was against it because he knew that it is a transgression for a man to allow his son to be used as a sacrifice, because he, as a righteous king, understood the law. All right, now from there. So I'm giving us receipt to show that those obedient servants of the Most High understood perfectly that human sacrifice is an abomination in the eyes of the Most High and should not be taught or promoted. All right. Leviticus 16, 1 to 2, 5 to 11. All right, let's get there now.
Leviticus chapter 16 verse 1. And Sunini spake unto Moses.
Yes.
After the death of the two sons of Aaron. When they offered before Sunini and died. And Sunini and his commander said unto Moses, Speak unto Aaron their brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place within the veil, before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not. For I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat.
Verse 5.
And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goat.
2 what?
2 kids of the goat.
2 what?
2 kids of the goat.
So 2 kids of the goats are for what?
For a sin offering.
For what?
For a sin offering.
No, you will take two kids of your seed for a sin offering.
2 kids of the goat.
2 what?
2 kids of the goat.
So why didn't the Most High tell Moses for a sin offering? Okay, to atone for sin, because remember, this is the feast of atonement. This is the feast of the day of atonement. And remember, in the New Testament, it's telling us that Christ is our atonement. I believe says in Romans 5 verse 11. So if you look at, God don't change when it comes to his law. So this is the feast of atonement in Leviticus 16. Now read it again. Verse 5.
And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel.
And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel. Is it human being or animals?
2 kids of the goat.
2 kids what?
Of the goats.
2 kids of the goats. Read on.
For a sin offering.
For a what?
A sin offering.
For a sin offering. So it is the animal to be instead of man, not man to be instead of animal. That's what we just read in the book of Yashayah 22 and Yashayah 23 with Abraham and Issachar. That's why Abraham memorized it, and that it should be considered from generation to generation that the goat or that the lamb or that the ram should be used instead of the son, not the son or the child or the person, instead of the goat or the ram or the lamb. Abraham is a prophet. You understand? So when you read the book of Tobit, chapter 4 verse 12. I hope you are following. All right. Verse 5 again.
And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Yes.
2 kids of the goats.
2 kids of the goats.
For a sin offering.
For a sin offering, yes.
And 1 ram for a burnt offering. Leviticus chapter 16 verse 5. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Yes.
2 kids of the goats.
2 kids of the goats for what?
For a sin offering.
For a sin offering.
And 1 ram for.
And 1 ram, the same ram like the time of Abraham. And 1 ram for what?
A burnt offering.
And 1 ram for a what? All the men.
Burnt offering.
And 1 ram for the what? All the men.
Burnt offering.
So 1 ram for a burnt offering, not a child for a burnt offering. This is the Most High commanding Moses. He said when he told Abraham, don't even dare use Isaac as a burnt offering. I was just trying you.
So he knows the Lord.
He knows the law. He gave the law. He himself is the law. So he cannot go against his own word. That's why the Most High made it very clear that the thing has gone out of my mouth in Isaiah 45 verse 20 to 24. It has gone out of my mouth in righteousness and shall not return. When the Most High made the covenant of the law with the children of Israel, he made it in righteousness. God is not a breaker of covenant. He's not a covenant breaker. He went out of his mouth in righteousness. It will not come back to him. The Most High swear by no greater. He is the greatest. So he will not make, once the Most High has made, except the Most High does not make a covenant, then the Most High can return or repent or change his mind. If the Most High does not make a covenant, he can change his mind and pardon. But if the Most High has made a covenant and seal it, the Most High will not change concerning it. That thing must come to pass. He must hit his mark. Then afterward, the Most High will not do or return or repent or change his mind or have compassion or mercy. These are the Most High operates. Get used to it. The reason why it is done so is because of our sin and our stubbornness. Read.
Verse Leviticus chapter 16 verse 6. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering.
Yes.
Which is for himself. And make an atonement for himself.
Right.
And for his house. 7.
Go on.
And he shall take the 2 goats.
He shall take the 2 goats. Salakia, read it.
And present them before Sunini.
Yes.
At the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Go on.
Verse 8. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats.
So Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats. Listen very carefully. This is where I'm going at.
One lot for Sunini.
So 1 lot of that goat is for Sunini, yes, or the Lord, as they call it here.
And the other lot for the scapegoat.
And the other goat will serve as a scapegoat. So I want to show you what is this scapegoat. So 2 goats. 1 goat will be used as okay, as a sin offering for the children of Israel unto Sunini. Why the other goat will be used as a scapegoat? So let's see what the scapegoat is. What do they mean by scapegoat? Let's see.
The other lot.
So let's see what this other scapegoat is. That's not given to the Most High. Now, this is the strong number. H5799. This is the Hebrew text, the original Hebrew text. What's supposed to be there? Okay, instead of scapegoat. Okay, so it says Azazel. What did he say the men?
Azazel.
As a what?
Azazel.
As a what?
Azazel.
So Azazel, who is Azazel? Azazel is one of the fallen angels. One of the 200 fallen angels in Genesis chapter 6. That is the man by the name of Azazel, which is also in the book of Enoch chapter 6. So Azazel is one of the chief angels that fell, who is under Shemyaza. Because the angels, okay, committed sin. And if you really read the book of Enoch, it made it very clear against Azazel, right? That's in the book of chapter 10, verse 8 to 12. The Most High told Gabriel or Michael that against Azazel, no, he told Raphael, he told Raphael, go and bind Azazel, hand and foot, and cast him into the desert. Okay, cast him into the desert that is into the hell, and mount upon him rough stones, and cover his eyes, that he may not see the light. And against Azazel write all sin. Against Azazel, so put this as an inscription of his judgment. One, punishing him in this manner. Against this fallen angel, write all sin. It's not that Azazel is only the fallen angels that make all the sons of men to sin during that time. Azazel is not only the fallen angel that first fell. There were angels that fell with Lucifer, okay, before even the flood of Adam. But during the time of Adam, Azazel began to teach man very great transgression. He began to implement customs and tradition that provoke the Most High above all fallen angels, because sin passing. Sin passing. Good pass good. That's why everyone is rewarded according to their works. So good pass good deeds. Evil pass evil. So therefore the Most High said, against Azazel write all sin. Not because this angel by the name of Azazel, who is the scapegoat, is the only angel that committed sin among the 200 in Genesis 6, where there were giants in the earth in those days, because they were the ones that mingle with women, marry those women, put their dick in those women, pregnate them because they have semen in them as in their manhood, and gave out to giants because angels are huge. So their children took their genealogy, their blood and their makeup, their chromosome, and became giants. You understand what I'm saying? And the angels find a scientific way to reduce the height of their children so that they will not be known. That's what their children come on are like in the book of Jubilee 7 verse 21 to 27. They look differently in size and in shape and in form. So some of them look like you and I. Some of them part man, part animal, part man, part fish. Man-made, man. You understand what I'm saying? Werewolf, Lycan. You understand what I'm saying? Vampires. All these beings or creature or beasts are seed of fallen angels. They are crossbreeded. They are hybrid beings. I hope you're following. All right. So Azazel supposed to be the word written in Leviticus 16 verse 8 as the scapegoat. One lot of the goats for Sunini Nanini, and one lot for the scapegoat. Why is Azazel supposed to be there? Because it was a ceremony. The Most High was putting the children of Israel to remembrance that look, this goat will be used, okay, to remember the sin and the transgression that Azazel committed and taught the sons of men. So always remember it. That's why it is called the Feast of Atonement. It is the feast to wipe away transgression. And to wipe away the transgression, I am transferring the sin that the angel, who is the goat, Azazel, taught you, and transferring to the live goat. You understand what I'm saying? I'm transferring to the live goat. And the God that will replace the sin, that life will go for life, is the one that is allotted to the Most High. There are two goats. One is allotted to the Most High to wipe away the sins of the children of Israel. One of the goats is used. The reason why the Most High make it two goats is because he show you the reason why that goat that is given to the Most High is used as a sacrifice to the children of Israel. Is because the second goat is supposed to be one goat, but the Most High make it two goats to demonstrate to you the sin of the fallen angels. Why I brought about this ceremony. So these goats represent Azazel. That's why the second goat is not killed. is allowed to wander in the wilderness. No be so? Is allowed to wander in the wilderness. As the fallen angel was bound in the wilderness in Egypt, in hell. That's where they built the Great Pyramid of Giza to this day. That's what the Most High banned Azazel is still there under the earth. Yes, in the Great Pyramid Giza of today in Egypt. That's where Raphael banned Azazel under the earth. You yourself say spiritually, he split it open and cast Azazel there and close it up. He commanded the earth, shut your mouth back up. So Azazel is in prison under the earth in Egypt, under the Pyramid Giza. That's where Azazel, this scapegoat, is. So what the Most High is doing on the Feast of Atonement is using Azazel, is using the goat to demonstrate that, look, Israel, remember the reason why I asked a fifth man. Remember I said a fifth man because the fifth man represents the angel Raphael. To bind the goat and carry to the wilderness and leave it to wander there. Because the goat there is Azazel. The Most High is demonstrating how he commanded Raphael to bind Azazel. That's what the Most High is telling the children of Israel. Get the fifth man and bind these goats by a fifth man and cast it into the wilderness. So therefore, when they were translating the scripture, instead of to put Azazel there as a scapegoat, they now hide it as scapegoat. So you will not know. So you not be able to put two and two together. They are truly angels. Angels truly transgressed the commandment of the Most High and mingled with women and created giants. Because these giants were cannibals. They were blood-sucking beasts. They existed pre-flood of Adam, the flood of Noah. After the flood of Noah, till this day they still exist. Hope you are following.
Yes.
Wonders of Sunini's creation. Blood sacrifice, mankind on this Sabbath lesson. Strong number H5799. It says Azazel in Leviticus 16 verse 8. To define what that scapegoat is there. It says Azazel. It says in definition, it says goat of departure, the scapegoat. So Azazel was used as the scapegoat of all fallen angels. He was used as the scapegoat to teach any angels that wish to rebel against the Most High a lesson, and to bring the children of Israel as a remembrance. It's a ceremony. That look, the reason why you people are seeing the children of Israel because the fallen angels did that. They taught you that. That's why the Most High commanded, do not learn after the Egyptians and the Canaanites, because the Egyptians and the Canaanites learned from these same angels, this same Azazel, the records and the stones of tablets, the records written in the stones of tablets that the angels wrote down before the flood, passed down after the flood. So the Gentiles picked it up. Like when you go to the book of Jubilees 8, verse 1 to 10, Canaan took the tables of stone that the angels wrote and kept it and hid it from Noah. You understand what I'm saying? And he hid it from Noah. Canaan took the records that the fallen angels wrote after the fall of Noah and kept it and studied the writing of those fallen angels. It's there in the book of Jubilees 8 verse 1 to 10. You understand what I'm saying? Because in Jubilees 7, the Most High make mention of the fallen angels that's because of these sins that brought about the flood. You understand what I'm saying? In Jubilees 7, 21 to 27. So in the next chapter, the Most High gave more information. That the angels wrote scripts on tables of stone. And Canaan kept the record. You understand what I'm saying? That is the same record that the Gentiles are using. Even to this day. But I've now divide them and translate them into various scrolls or various books. Even onto the record of the Banzu or your only book of scriptures. They begin to impute teachings of fallen angels into our records. That's why the Most High was demonstrating it. You understand what I'm saying? He was telling the children of Bantu, remember the act of what these angels did. How I use him as a scapegoat. How the reason why I'm atoning for your sins through the other goats. You know what I'm saying? Because of the sin of all these angels. So I will now use Azazel as an example. That's what the Most High was doing there. Is that understood?
Yes.
The Most High will never send Msindisi, Christ Yashayah, to come and die as a blood sacrifice for unjustly when Christ did not sin. That's why he said in Genesis 9 verse 5 to say, whosoever he be that shed a man's blood, his own blood will be shedded. That's why he said in Leviticus 18, 28 to 29, for it is an abomination. Whosoever do this act, to allow his child or his seed to pass through the fire or to Moloch. Moloch is an epithet used to represent Lucifer or Baal or Baal or Baalim or Zeus. Because the angels promote these things. Because their goal is to destroy the Most High creation. So I say I'll show us that in the concordances. Let's keep reading. I hope you're following. Alright, guys.
Leviticus chapter 16 verse 8.
I apologize on the lightning. Okay? So I apologize on the lightning. Alright? Just bear with me. We'll improve with time. Alright. Continue reading.
And Aaron shall cast lots upon the two goats.
Yes.
One lot for Sunini, and the other lot for the scapegoat. 9. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which Sunini and Nini Somanda lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. 10. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before Sunini and Nini Somanda to make an atonement with him.
Yes.
And to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness.
Exactly. Let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. We're not making anything up here. Let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. Read on, because it's demonstrating the act of Azazel, who was used as a scapegoat unto all fallen angels for that sin he committed, for that great sin Azazel committed. Read.
And Aaron shall bring the bullock of the sin offering,
yes,
which is for himself,
yes,
and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. 12. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar before Sunini and Nini Somanda.
yes,
And his hands full of sweet incense beaten small, and bring it within the veil.
yes.
14. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward. And before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle of the blood with his finger 7 times.
7 times gone.
15. Then shall he kill the goat of the sin offering, that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat.
I'm seeing the same process 7 times.
And before the mercy seat. 16. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place, because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel.
Because of the sin they learned from the fallen angels. Yes, that's why it's demonstrating all these things. Read.
And because of their transgressions in all their sins.
Yes.
And so shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation.
What verse is that?
16. That remaineth among them in the midst of their uncleanness.
Hold on. Verse 20 now.
And when he had made an end of reconciling the holy place,
yes,
and the tabernacle of the congregation, and the altar, he shall bring the live goat. 21. And Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the goat, upon the head of the live goat, and to confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel.
Yes.
And all their transgression in all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat.
Yes.
I shall send him away by the hand of a fit man.
I shall do what all the men.
I shall send him away by the hand of a fit man.
I shall send him away by the hand of a fit man. You see that? By the hand of a fit man. Yes.
Into the wilderness.
Into the wilderness.
And the goats shall bear upon him all their iniquities.
Yes.
Unto a land not inhabited.
Yes.
And
unto a land not inhabited, because it's demonstrating the act of Azazel. As Rafa did to Azazel. Read on.
And he shall let go the goat in the wilderness.
Go verse 29 to 31.
And this shall be a statute forever unto you.
Exactly.
That in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, you shall afflict your souls, and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own country,
okay,
or a stranger that sojourns among you.
Yes.
30. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you, to cleanse you,
To do what?
To cleanse you.
To cleanse you, yes.
That ye may be clean from all your sins.
Exactly, which the angels have taught, because sin is a transgression of the law. 1 John 3 verse 4. Exactly. Because the angels transgress the Most High's commandment. Is that everything in verse 31?
That ye may be clean from all your sins before Sunin and Nini. 31 shall be a Sabbath of rest unto you, and he shall afflict your souls by his statute forever.
So from there, let's now go to Luke 13 verse 1. So let's now bring it down to this time. Let's show us that it is Romans that promote this nonsense. Read.
Luke chapter 13 verse 1.
Read.
There were present at that season some that told him of the Galileans.
There were present at that season some that told him, who's him, Yashayah, of the Galileans. Galileans are among the sons of Jacob or Kobi. Read on.
Whose blood?
Whose blood?
Pilate had mingled.
Whose blood at what?
Pilate had mingled.
Whose blood Pilate had mingled with what?
With their sacrifices.
So whose blood Pontius Pilate has mingled with their sacrifices? Now who's Pontius Pilate? Luke 2 verse 1. Let's go backward. Luke 3 verse 1. Salakia. Luke 3 1.
Now in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar.
Now in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar, yes, Tiberius Caesars, and we know who the Caesars are. They are the Romans. Read on.
Pontius Pilate being governor of Judea.
Pontius Pilate being governor of Judea, yes.
And Herod being tetrarch of Galilee.
Tetrarch is another word for governor. And Herod being tetrarch of Galilee, yes.
And his brother Philip, tetrarch of Iturea.
Iturea, yes.
And of the region of Trachonitis.
Yes.
And Lysanians, the tetrarch of Abilene.
Of Abilene, okay. John, give me John 11 verse 46 to 48. Watch this. So let's see who these people are.
But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them.
Yeah, and told them what?
What is Msindisi had done.
Yes, Msindisi is Yashayah, Christ. Go on.
For example, then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisee a council.
Yes.
And said,
what did they say?
What do we
do?
For this man doeth many miracles.
For this man, Msindisi, doeth many miracles. Yes.
If we let him thus alone.
If we leave him continue to do what he's doing, yes.
All men will believe on him.
All men will believe in what he's saying.
And the Romans shall come and take.
And the what of the men?
And the Romans shall come and take.
What verse is that?
For it.
And the what of the men?
And the Romans shall come and take away.
And the Romans shall come and take away what?
Both our place.
Both our what?
Both our place.
Both our what?
Both our place.
Both our what?
Our place.
Both our place and what?
Our nation.
So who's Pontius Pilate? A Roman. Open your eyes now. And you cannot figure it out. It's a Roman. Because they were ruling in our land. That's what I'm showing to us here. Because if we let Christ do it this way, the Romans will come and take our place. And I'm not making anything up here. The Romans will come and take away our place and our city. They are already ruling in our land already as governors and as kings. But if we, because the Romans worship pagan deities, and Christ is casting out the children of those pagan deities whom the Romans are worshiping. That's why I show you in Luke 13 verse 1. Pontius Pilate mixed the blood of the children of Jacobi, of Jacob, in their human sacrificing. Because the Romans are Gentiles that allowed their seed to pass through the fire to Moloch. They were not even using their own seed. They were using the seed of the children of Jacobi. You understand what I'm saying? To pass through the fire to Moloch. They were sacrificing to fallen angels. That's why I take it back to you, to show you that Pontius Pilate is a Roman. The Romans are Gentiles. They do human sacrificing. That's why the Most High warned Moses to tell the children of Israel in the book of the priests, in Leviticus 18, that you must not learn after the manners or the customs or the traditions of these nations, that they allow their seed to pass through the fire to Moloch. It is an abomination. If any of your seed do so. That's why you have some of the children of Israel doing that when Josiah was angry in Second Kings, in the book of 2 Kings that we read earlier on. And he destroyed the groves and the high places because the children of Israel begin to copy and to lust after the customs of this heathen, which is when they do is an abomination in the eyes of the Most High. Because the angels' children were cannibals, they were men eaters. Like Numbers 13 verse 28 to 32 says, that these people, this being, we were in their sight like grasshoppers. You understand what I'm saying? So we, the sons of Jacobi, we look like grasshoppers in their sight because they were giants. He said they devoured the inhabitants of the land because they were cannibal. What is cannibal? Men eaters, flesh eaters, those that eat their own kind. They eat raw flesh and drink the blood. Because when you eat, it's Numbers 13. Because when you eat, it's a sacrifice. Not be so. When you eat, it's a sacrifice. And these beasts were fallen angels' children. Because it's among the commandments of the fallen angels to allow their children to devour flesh. Because they are hybrid, they are not normal. They don't have soul. So therefore, they are not guided by the Holy Spirit. They only have spirit in them, but they don't have soul. So they don't reason straight. Those Nephilim or Rephidim or those giants of old, they don't have a soul. They don't have feelings of unconsciousness to know what they are doing. Because they are mad beings. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, some men came to tell Msindisi in Luke 13 verse 1 that the Romans were mixing the blood of people in their sacrificing. Luke 13 verse 1 in the KJV. That's why I showed to you in Luke 3 verse 1, Pontius Pilate was governor in Judea. The Romans were ruling in our land. John 11:46-48 tells you that if we let Christ, who is casting out the demons, because when those Nephilim died, they became evil spirits, like the book of Enoch 15 verse 1-11 says, that evil spirits shall never be on the earth. So Christ was casting the spirits of those Nephilim, who their fathers were the fallen angels, out of people, because the Nephilim will cause you to transgress the Most High's commandments, because the angels are commandment transgressors of the Most High. So the Romans knew that it would not please the gods that they worship, the fallen angels that they worship. And the Pharisees knows that. Because they are men pleasers. They are men pleasers, busybody. They are seeking favor from the Romans. That's why Christ said they are partial in my law. Because they are behaving as the government of this world is behaving today. They are binding to their colonial masters and giving their colonial masters what they want and what they require. And whatsoever the colonial masters teach them, spiritually or physically, to obey. The same way to this day that our presidents in Akebulan or Africa are behaving. The same way the Pharisees were doing back then. You understand what I'm saying? Because when it comes to the spiritual things, they were still obeying the Roman principle of teachings. That's why they are saying, if we let Christ continue to cast out the demons, okay, if we let him to do so, the Romans will come and take away our place and our city. Because the Romans were idol worshippers. Because the Romans promote human sacrificing. Because it is only the Romans who translate this our script, being the fourth beast, prophesied by Daniel. Daniel 7:7 and Daniel 7:23 as the last kingdom or the beast's kingdom. They are the only ones that will promote and write when they gain full control to fulfill Christ's prophecy of the kingdom of Judah. Eventually, they took away our place and our city, fulfilling Luke 20, verse 21-27, where Christ said, when you see Jerusalem compassed with army, know ye therefore that the desolation thereof is near. And they will take us and scatter us into the four winds of the earth until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, because the Romans are Gentiles. I hope you are following. Because the Romans are Gentiles. Until this future event, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So until then, till now, from when Christ made that prophecy, okay, there will still be transgression done in the land. And the Romans or the Gentiles in general, because he said Gentiles in plural in that precept of Luke 20:21-27. That's why he says, and the Gentiles shall trod down the holy city. Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, to this day. Because the Gentiles are still ruling the earth to this day. They've not released power to the holy seed. And they will not do so until that impending judgment comes forth by Msindisi himself. I hope you are following. Wonders of Sunini's creation, blood sacrifice, mankind on this Sabbath lesson. And that's exactly in Luke 13 verse 1. That's what the Pharisees were afraid of in John 11 verse 46-48. Because Christ was casting out the demon that was promoting the Roman culture, that was deceiving the children of Akobi to transgress the Most High commandment, to still maintain them in power. You understand what I'm saying? Because as long as the children of Israel transgress, the Romans at the time of Christ will still be ruling as they are doing to this day. So the more transgression is promoted, the more they stay in power, as you are seeing now. So spiritually, physically, they are demoralizing us. They are weakening us. That's what Daniel 7 verse 23 to 25 says. And it shall destroy the power of the holy people. What's our power? The law.
So they want demons to continue to...
Yes, the more they sin, the more the Romans be in power. Because they know that the more they sin, the most will not give us power over them.
But if those demons are not present in the...
But if those demons are not present in us, there will be no transgression.
And the Romans cannot...
and the Romans cannot have dominance over us. Because we will rebel against them. And if they try to mass slaughter us like a pogrom, that's when the Msindisi will say the same judgment. Because now the number, like 2 Ezra 2 verse 38 to 47 required is now full. And they don't want that number to be full. That's why you see they're trying to depopulate the earth. So that it's like those people are trying to wake up, they will reduce the earth.
What about their own?
They don't care.
Are they not using their own people for...
They don't care about their own people. They are wicked seed. That's why Malachi chapter 1 verse 4 to 5 says that they are wicked. That you shall call them the brothers of wickedness. A wicked person does not care, even of his own self. That's what the Most High tells that the Gentiles allow their seed to pass through the fire of Moloch. They don't care about their own children, even their own children. They will let their own personal children to be used as a sacrifice. They don't care, they are wicked. Because they're learning for the fallen angels. That's why you see during the translation, they came into our record and said that the Most High is sending Msindisi as a sacrifice to die. Because that's a Roman doctrine that they learn from the fallen angels, from the ancient Kemet. Because they are copycats. Because the Romans learned from the ancient Egyptians and the Canaanites.
So the Pharisees are...
And when I say Romans, I say the Roman Catholic. You understand what I'm saying? The Roman Catholics. So because the Roman Catholics are still ruling to this day. They are the one ruling the earth, in case you don't know. The Jewish Zionists, okay, they are the Romans. They are priests, they are Catholics.
The Vatican.
Yes, the Vatican. They are the one ruling the earth to this day. Is that understood? Is that understood the whole world? Alright, pardon me for the lightning. Is that understood, brothers and sisters? Alright. Any question?
I said, so the Pharisees and Sadducees, they want people to remain demon possessed so that it will be to their own favor.
Yes, that to be to their own favor, so they will still be in power.
So what gain when they see that our own people are not in their right state of mind? What is now the gain? So that
that's why Paul says. That's what Paul says in the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 11 to 24. That if the fall of our people be the riches, if the fall of the Bantu people be the riches of the Gentiles. You understand what I'm saying? Because they know that with our fall, they will get riches. You understand what I'm saying? But in our rising, they will be under us. Like Deuteronomy 28 verse 1 says, that if we keep all these commandments, we'll be above them. But if we transgress all these commandments, the Mother said will put us below them in verse 43 to 44 of Deuteronomy 28. Will put us below them. And the Gentiles lost after the glory of this world. And the glory of this world in Haggai 2 verse 8 to 10, you understand what I'm saying? And in Isaiah 60, you understand your gold, your silver, your precious minerals, your wood, and so on and so forth. So the glory in those things. Gentiles are enticed by those things. So they know that if we are spiritually sound and awakening, you understand what I'm saying? The Most High will still give us the lead over all nations. And the benefit of this earth, which is served as a blessing unto Abraham and his seed after him, like Genesis 12 and Genesis 12 1 to 3 says, blessed is who that bless you, and curse is who that curse you. That's why in Abraham's birth in Yashayah 8 verse 1 to 5, the sages who were there understood the signs of the heaven and understood that Abraham and his seed after him, which is Isaac and Jacob, or Jacob, their seed will rule over all the kingdoms of the earth, and all nations will be under them. They know that, and they don't want that because that riches of the earth and that blessing of the earth, they want it because the kingdom is here. You understand? The kingdom is not in heaven. Heaven is not the kingdom. The kingdom is here on the earth. Here on the earth, not in heaven. Nobody is going on to heaven to enjoy no kingdom anywhere. Of course, there are realms there where people stay, but the kingdom is here on the earth. Because there are kingdoms everywhere in the heaven and the earth. There are realms in so many places. But the promised kingdom, that's my point I'm trying to arrive. The promised kingdom that's given to the holy seed is here on this earth. Or is that understood? Any other question?
The Pharisees are very funny.
Any other question? So if there be no question, wonders of Sunini's creation, blood sacrifice, mankind will continue next Sabbath. Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
All right. The King James Version, the book of Revelations 22 verse 10. And he said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come out quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter into the gates, into the city. For without are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. And the spirit and the proud say, come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. The grace of Sunini Nanini Samanda be with us all, and we all say, so be it. Come, Yashayah!
Yashayah.
Ka, Tabarat, Wahalo, Kadash, Haya, Shamka, Sunini, Nanini, Walo, Hawalamjam, Walo, Awalamjam, Bahashem, Msindisi, Aisha, Shamayam, Waharataza, Alashadya, Tawada, so be it. Come, Yashayah! Come Bantu! Come Yashayah! Come Bantu! Ready? Take off his one! Bantu is one, Shalom one. All praises to the Most High. All praises. All right.